Ettinghausen, Rogers comes in. Rogers inside the 30. I don't think they're going to get him. No, he's over. Matt Rogers scores again. He's proving a nemesis for Newcastle.
14 tackles, leads the tackles. That was his 6th hit up in the game. Raper gets in a kick. Bounce of the ball. Bounce of the ball. Chance for Cronulla. Green celebrates a big week. Celebrates the Ruthmans win. Scores a try. Last desperately. Marquette has it for Newcastle. This is the last tackle. Matthew Johns puts it in the air. Ainsko, it's been touched in flight. And Rogers puts it down. Muir, he scores! Adam Muir scores! The ball was touched in flight.
Well, a complete mix-up there from the Cronulla catchers. Made it a pretty easy task for Muir. He scored under the post, that's important. Matthew Johns getting the kick away. Chases onside. The Cronulla players seem to collide here. It's exactly what they do. Matt Rogers and Ben Samet both going for the football. It popped loose. Muir picks up what is a gift of a try at an important time in the match.
Well, the ball was actually touched by Cronulla. Eddie Ward said 6 more will play on for everyone. That's why the Newcastle players are deemed to be onside. And how dangerous a weapon is it, the high kick, especially in semi-final time?
Raises another interesting question, the value of the charge down. Is it all that worthwhile?
Well, I guess if you can prevent the ball going towards your in goal, and it's an advantage.
12 metres out, right in front. Newcastle comes back. 12-6 down now.
I thought Matt Rogers there. The one thing when you're bombing towards the post, you don't want your winger coming in from the sideline to interfere with what's going on. There would have been Newcastle players out on the edge there. Had they received the ball, they could have thrown it wide, and Matt Rogers wouldn't be there. I don't like to see the wingers get under the ball unless it's actually kicked directly to them over in the far corner and they've got no other choice. Coming in like that, there was only disaster could happen for them. He had to be out on the edges there.
Goes across, and Andrew Johns goes out the back of Harrigan. Picks up Matthew. Ainsko comes in, turns on the accelerator, but the pass goes astray. It was helped by Cronulla. 6 more tackles for Newcastle. Matthew Johns, now Harrigan. Round the bootlaces, Aaron Raper. Robbie Ross. Matthew Johns. Andrew. A dummy from Marquette, or a decoy run. This is his captain, Ettinghausen, beautifully put down by Grogan. Now they're 12 out. They come back to the right for Green to go to the line, and then he opens them up with a beautiful pass. They all appear onside. It comes down with Newcastle, and he's given 6 more tackles. A chance for the Knights. They go for one to the blind side for Butterfield. 5 metres out. All of the ground to work in. Players falling on the ground to get out of the road. Matthew Johns around the back for Darren Tracy. And this is Grogan. Grogan gets it on for Herman. Herman, an evasive run. Gets it away. It's now with Matthew Johns. And he's inside the 20-metre line. That's where he's pulled down. Centre of the ground. McCormack runs from dummy half. And then Muir goes for his second. And he gets it. Muir scores his 2nd try.
Oh, what a great effort by Muir. He's been Newcastle's best player, no doubt about it.
A yawning gap up the middle there, and the dummy half took full advantage of it. As we freeze play there, you can see the markers have split, and that opens a hole up the middle. That's the first thing a marker must not do, is to go the other side before the ball is left. Very, very poor marker play there from the second marker. Muir had a bit to do, but he's a strong back rower. Robbie McCormack, he draws the 1 marker. Danny Lee.
Oh, he had a bit to do, all right. The determination of Adam Muir. It's just brilliant stuff from him. He's left one behind, and now he's got the long reach of Rooney in front of him and plants it.
It's very important, that reach of Rooney. 12 metres out now. From almost in front for Andrew John. There it goes. Flags in the air. Newcastle 6 behind. 15 to go. at the Sydney Football Stadium, proving that mathematics was not one of my better subjects. We have 24 minutes out from full time for Gould. Here's a break, half break anyway by Peden. Now,
Well, looking like they're going to give it to the runner, running the same angle as the ball carrier and then picking up a second man. Problem there was that Aaron Raber was too close. And he was definitely obstructed.
so Cronulla now. Robbie Kearns, tackled by Marquette. Now, this is Gordon. Ashley Gordon put on the hurdy-gurdy and put down.
A big line here on the last, they'll run it.
McCormack on through Matthew John. Andrew kicks. Robbie Ross is after it, but Cronulla, they didn't force it. It's a try. It's a try for Newcastle.
Andrew Ebbinghausen has made the mistake. Tried to pick it up, and Robbie Ross, the fullback, has scored the try. 14 minutes to go, a kick to come. We could be locked up here. I talked about Andrew Ebbinghausen talking them through this game, but he just had to dive on this. He tried to do too much.
Oh, that's a great chase there by Robbie Ross. The Johns boys, they're playing well. They're really coming into their own now. There was a mile of space on the right. This is beautiful play. E.T., an experienced player like him, should have just dived on this football. But there's the mistake, and Robbie Ross, persistence personified, has paid off.
You can put that try down to the 2 poor sets of 6 by Cronulla earlier. At the moment, and like I said before, there is only one side attacking. Cronulla put their cue in the rack, wanted to protect the lead, come up with 2 negative sets of 6. Newcastle get a breather without much defence to do, and then able to run it 3 times in the one set, come up with a good chase on the kick. Cronulla invited Newcastle back into the game by not being competitive when they had the ball. Now they find themselves in a situation where they probably have to score again to win, and they've got to get themselves out of the walking mentality they've had themselves in.
About that, Robbie. Persistence personified. Beautiful stuff.
Well, I don't know whether this is the side, Cronulla, whether they can shut down and protect the lead. Every time they do that, they seem to become introverted to the point that they're not the same side. They're better as a free runner. So here's Andrew Johns. He's going to make it level. Yes! 18 points all. Cronulla and Newcastle. What's happening?
Hey, done.
68 minutes of the match is gone. 18 points all. Newcastle have come from 18-6 to level.
And this is a crucial set of 6 here. The momentum is now their way. Very important to get a good set of 6 after you've scored points.
This is Peden. Tackled on the 10-metre line by Nicow. Grogan, McCormack, Harrigan. No runners.
They can't think field goal here. They've got to try and score the try and then take the field goal as the option if they don't get the 4 points.
Here's Andrew Johns. He got away from a defender that came up quickly. It was Greenhill. Andrew Johns across, links up with Grogan. Grogan's to the 10-metre line, gets a pass in. Peden picks it up, and then the defence picks him up. Herman. There's the 10-metre line in front of them. Now, Muir. There's that one-handed ball carry. It's created so much problem for Cronulla. The last, they're going for it. There goes the shot. It looks okay. The hand will go up. It does. Newcastle, they're in front.
Matty Johns getting deep behind the play of the ball. That's the beauty of having options. People were looking for Andrew Johns. It went back to Matthew. He struck it beautifully. Some good pressure coming through, but he was very deep and hit it sweetly.
And Newcastle storming back into the match. Saw Johnny Lane going for a drink there.
So Cronulla behind for the first time.
If I said the last set of 6 after they scored points was an important one, this is even more crucial, and there's the mistake. Herman has dropped the ball, been knocked out. He's got to get to his feet. They can't have 12 in the defence.
Davidson picked off by Peden. Tackle. 12 metres out. The blind side. They're outnumbered there. Green. Barnett has to come back into the centre.
Tony Herman hasn't moved.
So, Raper, across for Healy. Nickau taken by the Johns brothers. Elkins on the clock. Newcastle slowing it down. And Eddie Ward, I think he might have said, if you don't play it, I'll put you in the sin bin. They put it over the sideline. That will soak up time. And Newcastle have won. 19 points to 18. Well, Cronulla Sutherland have done it again. They led Manly by what seemed an unassailable lead. And now they've done the same with the Knights. And Newcastle has won 19 points to 18. One of the miracles of 1995. Well, Paul Green can hardly believe it. I'm sure the Cronulla players must be wondering what it is they've done wrong. Their supporters. Look at their faces. Just incredible. There's the man, Adam Muir. What a game. 2 tries. Johnny Lang consoling his players, thanking his players. These are the faces of rugby league disappointment. Their sporting heroes have been lowered twice in a week. Yeah. Unbelievable in one word. 19.